ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. 7:30 in the morning time. Over here is a monk that just walked past me this morning, and I thought there are people in this life that don't chase money. They don't chase status. They don't chase bullshit. They are alive and well and into their game. And as we look into the sun rising over the mountains, I looked at another day of where life was more important than money. You know, that we as people, the way we treat people, the way we respond in our lives, that's way more important. And as this monk walked by very peacefully, very stoically, not in competition with others, not worried about money. He's going to walk this path and he gives a debit to the world. You see that? Everybody's coming by. Yep. And he walks this earth, that guy in the orange right there, without worrying about money, worrying about the content of his character. And this morning, it just bugged me. Being on the island with an obnoxious woman, yeah, she had money, but she had no character. You know, she didn't know how to de escalate. She didn't know how to stop blaming others. Where's my phone? Where's my purse? Where's the GoPro? Like, she needed her own secretary. And I told her that. I said, you need your own secretary. Some chicks have so much drama that their secretary needs a secretary. You know what I'm saying? And as I had my little box without the view, next to a toilet, next to construction, you know, all these things, guess what? I'm still a good human being. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I can read people's faces, and if I see discomfort, I would ease them. You want to get laid in the morning? Sure. You want to have a nice dinner? Sure. I thought I saw something up here. You know, you want to go to an island? Let's have fun. But for some people, their fun has limits. Their fun has limits on what they obsess on. The Zoner Corner is turning into a bamboo parlor or bamboo tattoo parlor. I was hoping it would be the Stoner Corner, but eventually when this place goes out of business, it'll be me. You know, and everybody's waking up. I'm waking up. I'm seeing people work out and shit. The whole city transforming. People trying to make money. People waking, baking, and I'm up here in the morning and doing my own motherfucking thing. Trying to get to people that, good morning, waiting for rise and shine. I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning in Lonely Beach time, you know, just super chill and, you know, people everywhere and everything else. And good morning. Some people don't say good morning. Some people aren't having a good morning. They have a debit inside them, right? You know, uh, a minus points. You know what I'm saying? Minus points for people that don't know how to be polite. I went into the party. Some people that's got smiles on their faces, and some people have disdain with them, like you again, or they're not really my friends, or they talk shit behind my back, or maybe that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I was lucky enough to go to an island with this woman and go see a new island, but man, it came with the price of infighting, you know, where'd this go? Where'd that go? And I was like, yo, you want to do your own navigation, yo? Like, we can't even communicate about where the directions are going. And she tried to give me a homework assignment to get back on my laptop and do all this with the fireworks. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good on all that, bro. Like, I'm good on your energy. Whoa, these guys are coming at each other. That could have been an easy wreck. Even with the dog in the street. Dogs on shirts, shirts for dogs. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to be. We have to be either a creditor or a debitor. There's another monk down there. They're just dropping them off to collect money early in the morning. But if I wasn't a creditor, like if I wasn't of service or anything, yesterday was case in point. Good morning, Swaddy Cop, Sabaidina. Yeah. If I wasn't a good person, waking up, helping out with the Buddhas and the monks in the morning, there would be a debit. There'd be a debit in my life where, you know, Nid wouldn't want to take care of me. She wouldn't want to wake up at 6:30 every morning. These people are up early, including me apparently. But you know, being nice to their neighbors and before all the tourists, everybody gets up, they're nice and quiet, they enjoy their little easy town life where they know everybody. People pull up on the bikes, they say hello to the babies, the kids are waking, kids are going to school. Life is happening, you know? Everywhere you look, life is happening, and people are either respecting life, treating life with a passion, or they're treating life with disdain. And that's your question of the morning, Either you're bringing credits or you're bringing debits. Either you're being of service to somebody or you're being a disservice to somebody. And if I wasn't of service, helping the Buddhas hang the light, this was 2 years ago. I went up to this dude, and homeboy goes, I go, can I get some water? T9 where can I get some water? Thirsty as fuck, got cotton mouth as fuck. And the guy goes, oh, over to this store. And I walked out to that store, didn't see it. I came back, I said, bro, I still don't see it. I still don't see what you're looking at. Like, what the fuck are you going on about? And he was like, it's right there. And I'm like, yeah, I just didn't see it. So I was just chilling over, and he goes, hey, I know you. And I go, yeah, you look familiar to me too. And he goes, yeah, you good man, you good heart, you help with the Buddha. And they're like, they remembered me helping with the Buddha, and it just touched my heart about kindness and hard work and getting to know people. Even this guy just pulled up, and you can kind of see the Buddha all the way down there walking in his orange clothes. And this is the service that we give. It could look like virtue signaling. It could look like you're just trying to appease people, but Ning has a good heart. She didn't have to help me when I fell off of my motorbike. This woman right here, where is she? Somewhere in here you can hear her voice. I can even tell her voice. I can tell Pinung's voice. I can tell her voice. I've been around them long enough to know their voices. Yeah. And as I get up in the morning and I watch the Buddha come through, he's going back down the alleyway to do some more begging or raising, or Jesus, this lady almost crossed like the dog. You know, we serve ourselves. We'll get up early to do our running or make our money, but we're of no service to anyone else. And that's when it struck me. Either you're a credit or you're a debit. It doesn't matter if they pay for the meal, and look at all the Buddhas come across. All the girls are gonna show off and look good to the Buddha, and the little babies, and everybody's praying to them, and they're looking for good favor and kindness, and all this is happening this morning. I don't know what the fuck was happening right now. They're giving away waters, and people are running, and this is a full-on American sport, or a Thailand sport, I should say, is being good with the Buddha and doing something in the morning. I'm up early. Like, the sun is literally just coming up over the hill right now. I can tell because everything's lit up over here. And pretty soon the sun will rise right over my shoulder. But will you rise in people's lives? Will you be a credit or a debit? Are you going to be value added, or are you going to be the type of person that makes every situation worse than it has to be? Every situation is stressful and high intensity. Yep, that sun is coming. Look how beautiful it is this morning. Yeah. Soon the sunshine will be on our face, and look at all these people just getting waters and paying attention to, look, they're kneeling before him. They get really low, and like they're appreciating the Buddha. It's a religion. It's a whole situation of people just giving of money and food and blessings. Look how much these people believe. This is Catholicism in the streets, you know, and whether you see it or not, whether you believe in Buddha or not, whether you're a Buddhist or a temptress, you're right. You know, all of us have a way in our lives of being a giver or a riser. I can see that sunshine. I can see that sunshine. Good morning, sunshine. Rise and shine. I told you it's the morning marijuana motivation time. I think it's time to light this with the sun. That's right. So some of us could be sitters. Good morning. How are you? You okay? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I just went smoking. I'm sorry. I'm smoking. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go to
The Buddha.
the Buddha.
Yeah, I already gave and prayed. Yeah. Sabai na. That's my massage lady. She's such a nice woman. Some people have kindness in their heart, and some people don't. It didn't matter if you know somebody or lie. Come on. Get. He's getting so old. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, keep it going. He's almost there. With the baby. Thank you. Yeah. This little dog needs to get out of the street. Look at him. He's back in the street. Oh, with the babies. And that's life. You know what I mean? We make our way. Told you the sun was rising. And just in time for the Buddha to roll up and come and show people the offerings. Like they take offerings and do everything, you know? This is the Buddha Appreciation Day, and I am shining. Look, literally the sun is rising right over the mountain. Another new day with new babies and old dogs and people in the streets. And look at this guy. He didn't even want to move this morning. So we're going to be shining this morning. It's morning motivation. We're going to be kind to the Buddha. We're all going to sit and he's going to give prayers. That's a real Buddha prayer this morning. They give food. Imagine that. Without money, without needing something from somebody, without blaming, you're literally witnessing a Buddhist prayer in the morning as we are rising and shining. Look at Nid, she's such a good human being. Look at this one. This one's in the street again. The dog, too cute. And that was it. Good morning. And look at Nid, she is so reverent, she is so real. You know, that's what I want. I want some people to be of service and be of help to people in the world. And look at her, she's so blessed. This is so fucking cool. You're getting witness the fitness. It's not doing it, but yeah. What Vaidina. Just like that. The Buddha in shining. That. Oh, finally it wants to show the sunrise, right? I just flipped at the last minute. Hopefully you got to see them, but people on their knees, people giving, people praising, you know, early in the morning. It's not every morning like this. I just so happen to get up early this morning, and yeah, we all might be sinners, but we're all a little bit of saints too, and that's why it's called Mostly Saints. That one of us walks around. Oh, I'm smoking I'm smoking Buddha next to the Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buddha next to the Buddha. I get back to my smoking. in sinning ways, but that sun is shining, baby. I remember this guy from last time. He was so kind to me. And because I went up to the Buddha place and because I was giving, you know, my life changed. That guy gave me a drink and he's like, I remember you're good people. He's like, all this water's for sale. And he gave me a drink, a nice little pineapple drink. It was so amazing. But that's what I want to be around, people that want to share. Just, share their good attitude, share their shine, share the credits and service that we are to each other, the smiles, the happiness, the helping the dog out, we can be of service, we can be better people. And it's unfortunate that some people, they don't want to share their smile, they want to share their problems. I just experienced this on the island, just constantly complaining. You're in $100 a night room and still not happy. You okay, P-Dog?
Yep.
Good morning.
Yep.
Yep. Is this you?
Yep.
Get in here. And that's it. That's our lives. Surrounded by good people, like Jirapoon, who buys all her stuff from here. She does all the massages. She's a good woman. I want to do business with her. I want to do business with people that are giving and of service and believers, versus people that are debitors that grab their beers and make a mess of life and make all these things not right. It happens all the time, and you're watching me rise and shine this morning in Thailand with all the people of the city believing in the Buddha, grabbing water and taking off. The sun is shining here. And as the sun shines on my back, I'm grateful for my life, I'm grateful for the meals that I have and the experiences that I've lived, living on the edge, my dollars went right to the edge and I still get to be alive, I still get to see bays, and I thought I went live from it, but it didn't go through. I saw it this morning, but not everybody is a credit to people, Some people are a debit to people. They make problems where they could be finding solutions, and they could be, doing something for other people, but then they become self-service. They're sucking down the weed, they're sucking down the cigarettes, they're sucking down the alcohol, and they're of service to nobody. Literally complaining about everything. And that's what I noticed. You want to see this? I got a signal. I'll be able to go over here and show people. Good watching the mornings. People coming for the Buddha. You're literally looking at Buddha offerings in the morning. This is Thai style. This is how Thai people are. They are really reverent, being up before 8 a.m., before the sunrise. Be of service to give food to people and share water. And you're witnessing the whole thing. This is a whole Buddhist activity, and it's a beautiful thing. People are beautiful around the world. Some people are not so beautiful on the inside. They try to buy their happiness. And it's your content of character. I was in the middle of the pier. I had no idea that person was going to be there. And I didn't even know them from last time. He said, I remember you. You were hanging lights. You're a good dude. You got a good heart. And that's what touches me, Not I could be on a private island or I can just disappear. That day is gone. That meal is gone, but the vibe wasn't right, you know? Like it was just all fucked up inside and I had to step away from that. I had to get back to my village. Good morning. Say good morning to people that don't even say good morning back. And be the type of person that could do good with my life, you know? Do right by people, be respectful, come up with solutions, be value added, you know, be the type of person that smiles. They're so hard for people to keep smiling and they're up early. They're in on a paradise island and they're not even happy. You know what I'm saying? They're not even happy. And that's the hard part, you know? Creating happiness is one of the coolest books I've ever read, but it's also one of the best parts of my life is to be able to be a part of this, to witness this early in the morning, watching people come out of their businesses and do offerings and rising and shining, watching the sun come up over the mountain and enjoying life. This is the process that's a credit to our lives. The credit to of being alive and doing something with our lives versus you know just trying to suck it down, going from itinerary to itinerary, chasing all our tails and chasing these fake objectives when it's our lives. It's the quality of our lives. Are we helping people? Are we being of service? Are we being a credit to our community? Are we a debit to everybody? Are we just taking from people and taking energy and taking time and taking resources and consuming? Are we the type of people that illuminate our lives and illuminate others and create more energy? This is the credit to debit systems. Most of us, we're worried about how much money we have in our pockets, but it's how much currency we have in our hearts. And if it wasn't for me doing something good for somebody yesterday, good morning. You know, when I do things for people, then it became the sunrise. Then it became the real shine. It's not just the morning sunshine, but it's the people. You know, it's the way you treat people. Do you treat people well, or are you always finding a way to blame somebody? Where's my GoPro? Where's my phone? Where's my purse? You know, high maintenance, obnoxious behavior that just drove me crazy, brother. Good morning. It drove me insane. So, I need my break from these individuals. They were cool, they were smoking weed, they were traveling, but they weren't happy. People are already headed to the bay, bro. People are already headed to the bay. Ooh, this girl's crazy hair. She got some hair for days. And that's how you know. That's how you know if your bank account is full, is that people can smile at you and remember you and say, I remember you. I remember you helping at the Buddha temple. Here's a drink, you're good people. Here's a seat, sit down, nong, 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 come sit with me. I sat with the guy and he said, yeah, you're good people. You know what I'm saying? You're one of us. And that made my heart smile when the rest of them are, just booking it, buying it, and then disregarding it, no appreciation. Um, I watched families kayak and get in the water and work and get on the boat and go fishing. And I witnessed this with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? I saw with my own eyes credits to humanity, and I saw debits to humanity. People that aren't here to help. People are here to just buy their next purse or buy their next outfit or try to purchase people. We stopped doing that a long time ago. It's how you treat people. Are you the type of person that's going to be useful to humanity and help move it forward? Help feed the children, give them waters, hold the babies, get the dog out of the road, you know? Or are you going to be the type of person that just keeps bitching and moaning, you know? Like that's a lot of people. They don't know how to appreciate anything. They have the whole world. They have money. They have gadgets. They have electronics, and can purchase a new phone. But guess what? Her phone slid down the street just like mine did. Bought a new screen and already it's cracked. So it's one of those where we try to act like we are above it all. Oh, here comes all the chickens. Let's see the chickens, y'all. Let's see the chickens. Fresh chickens going on the barbecue. It's going to take about 3 hours. Right now it's about 8 a.m., 9, 10, 11 by noon. All these chickens will be ready to go. Look at them go. Fresh chickens, baby. So you got to ask yourself, are you taking from the places that you visit and your friends, or are you giving of your time, of your energy? Are you helping anyone at all? Or is it all self-service and just gratification instead of gratitude? And I think that might have to be a shirt, but gratitude over gratification might need to be a new Mostly Saint shirts, because that's what it is, Either you're helping people or you're taking from people, and it's a help over take. Maybe that should be a shirt, help over take, because it's a beautiful thing when you're being of service and helping people and sharing your shine and doing something right for humanity and being a good Samaritan. Or are you the type of person that bitches about everything and constantly complains? And that's an addiction too. There's an addiction to complaining. There's an addiction to being negative and having a blame perspective instead of somebody that takes accountability and says, this is me, this is my responsibility, this is going to be what I need to do with my life. And that's what you're going to have to ask. It's like, am I going to be a credit to my life, or am I going to be a debit to my life? Am I going to help others, or I'm going to take from others? Am I going to be of service, or I'm just going to be a consumer? And that became my morning motivation this morning as I watch everybody pray with the Buddha and give the offerings and the monks going by. I hope you got to see that monk. That was one of the lead monks at the Wat at their cathedral. Is called a Wat, their church that I helped at. I actually recognize him. I think I even have a picture of me bowing next to him. So, it goes full circle. The things you think don't even matter from years ago gave me a drink, and yeah, I can roll along with the rich girl and stay at the posh hotels and go island hopping, but it's expensive, and it costs more than just money. It costs more than just my time. It costs me my energy, me being a positive person, hanging around with people that aren't very appreciative and always complaining. It did definitely drain me. So I was like, yeah, I'm good on meeting back up. You're going to have to go on with your journey without me. I'm going to keep my currency high in my heart and not worry about those things, not hang out with people that don't replenish me, not do things that don't give me that special light inside, And that's what we're going to do. We're going to rise and shine. We're going to rise with the sunshine. We're going to keep the sunshine in our hearts. We're going to keep the sunshine in our lives. And that's how we become better humans. That's how we light up the halo, That's how we keep the light above us, or inside of us, It's one of those where we can see the light. We can see the light of life in babies, or in giving, or in helping. We see that thing that makes us so cool to be human. And then we'll hang out with people, and then we'll see people that are a disaster, like they're losing everything and taking everything and never happy with anything. You don't want to be around those kind of people. So that's my morning marijuana motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know, like, share, and subscribe below. But as always, peace. Peace and love. And Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world. Because that's where I'll be. Peace. Lonely Beach. Lonely Beachin'. I think that should be a shirt too. Lonely Beachin'. Your boy Marky Saint, rising and shining. I'm out.